Alright, what is going on, guys? TheNewEnforcer here, bringing a brand new video, and as you guys can tell from the title, we're going to be doing the top 5 guns in Call of Duty Black Ops 3. And now, before we even start, I just want to let you guys know that this is just my opinion, and you could have your own favorite guns, but these are my top 5 for this game. And starting in at number 5 is the KN-44. Now, I put the KN-44 at number 5 because it's one of my most used guns, and it's also a very powerful, sort of SMG-esque kind of assault rifle where you can rush really heavy with it, and you can play really aggressive and get a ton of kills with it. But you can also stay back and pick people off from range because this gun doesn't have a lot of recoil. And that's basically why the KN-44 is at the number 5 spot. Now, jumping into the number 4 spot, we have the Razorback. Now, I chose the Razorback to put at the number 5 spot because it's a gun where you can basically do anything with. It's kind of like the KN-44, but I think it's kind of better than the KN-44 because with rapid fire, this thing doesn't add like a lot of recoil like the KN-44 does, and you don't even have to use a grip on it, really. But I do use a grip, but I mean, you can play with it any kind of way you want. You can play really aggressive and you can have no suppressor and you can have no ghost or something like that, or you can rush around really fast and you can go with be really stealthy, have a suppressor and have ghost, and the suppressor doesn't really affect this gun. It's kind of like the KN-44, but I feel like the Razorback is just more effective because you can use it in different scenarios other than just, you know, the KN-44, you have a little bit of stoppage with your rate of fire, and the rapid fire doesn't really help it that much, and with the Razorback the rapid fire does help, so that's why the Razorback is at my number 4 spot. And now for the number 3 spot, we have a gun that a lot of people would put at the number 1 spot, but I have it as the number 3 spot, and that is the M8A7. Now, a lot of people would put this gun at number 1 because it's so versatile and it shoots very quickly and it kills very quickly at the same time, but I just feel like it's not as good as the guns that I have above it, but it is still probably the best, not even probably, definitely the best all-around assault rifle in the game. But I just don't think that it's better than the 2 guns that I have at 2 and 1, and you guys will see why when I actually talk about it, but that's why the M8A7 is at the number 3 spot. And now for the number 2 spot, we have a gun that a lot of people, again, would have at the number 1 spot, but I feel like just isn't as good as the number 1 spot that I have selected, in my opinion. Again, this is my opinion, don't go attacking me down in the comment section, please. But we have the VMP. Now, this gun is just straight up amazing for rushing. If the Vesper was still, like, a really good gun and could actually shoot and not have all of the recoil that it does, then it would definitely be in the top 5. I'm not saying what number it would be, but it would definitely be in the top 5. And now for this gun right here, it just shoots so fast, and it has the lowest amount of recoil for a gun that shoots really fast that I've ever seen in Call of Duty. So that alone could get it in the top 5, but just how fast it kills people is why I have it at number 2. And now, before I start moving on to the number 1 spot, some honorable mentions that I do have to mention, because they are good guns in their own right. They are in the top 10, but this is sadly just the top 5, and we can't add all of the guns that we want to into the top 5. And for our honorable mentions, we have the Man of War, the Pharaoh, and the ICR. Now, the Man of War kills people really quickly, but its fire rate really limits it, and you have to level it up quite a bit to actually get rapid fire and to actually make it be effective as it can be. So that's why it's not in the top 10. It would probably be number 6. And then the Pharaoh is a 4-round burst submachine gun that kills really fast, and it has a lot of really low recoil. It was really hard for me not to put it in the countdown, just like a lot of these honorable mentions, but I definitely would say that it's number 7 for me. And then the ICR just has no recoil at all, and you don't even have to use a grip on it, which is why I put it at an honorable mention. It would definitely be number 8. And now let's jump into the number 1 spot. And now for the number 1 spot, we have a gun that I already made a video on and already told you guys that it is the best gun in the game in my opinion, and we have the Kudus submachine gun. Now, there are so many positives to this gun that I already laid out in my best gun video. So I'm not going to talk about the positives of this gun, I'm just going to talk about how fast it kills. That's basically the only thing that I need to talk about when it comes to this gun anymore, because it is just so powerful and it has so little recoil that you can just absolutely decimate people all the way across the map with it. and that is why it is at the #1 spot. But before you guys go, I have best class set of videos on every single one of these guns, and they'll be linked down in the description down below if you guys want to watch the videos on them. And with that being said, it's been the New Enforcer. Leave a like and possibly subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.